Hello, everyone. One of the questions that has fascinated me over the last few years is, when does a repeated behavior become an identity? Think about some of the things we say to ourselves or about ourselves. I'm an emotional eater. I'm hopeless with money. I'm an anxious person. I'm always late. I'm just not disciplined. I'm shy. I hate exercise. We say these things so often that they begin to sound like facts. But are they? Or are they simply descriptions that over time have become identities? There's an important difference. A behavior is something we do. An identity is someone we believe we are. And once a behavior becomes an identity, we begin to protect it. We don't do it consciously. Very few of us wake up in the morning thinking, I'd like to be stuck today. But identities give us certainty. They tell us who we are. They tell us what to expect from ourselves. They tell other people what to expect from us. They become familiar. And familiarity is a very powerful force. That's why change can feel so unsettling. Not because we're giving up a behavior, but because we may feel we're giving up part of ourselves. If I'm no longer an emotional eater, who am I? If I'm no longer the anxious one, who am I? If I no longer carry this story about myself, what story is going to take its place? I think that's why, or that's one of the reasons why lasting change can feel uncomfortable. We're not simply learning a new behavior. We're letting go of an old identity. That doesn't happen overnight. And it certainly doesn't happen through willpower. It begins with awareness. The awareness that perhaps the labels we've been carrying for years are not permanent descriptions of who we are. Perhaps they're simply stories that have been repeated often enough to feel true. So today I'd like to leave you with one question. When you describe yourself, are you describing who you are, or are you describing a behavior that has quietly become an identity? Because if it is only an identity, then identities can change. And that may be one of the most liberating discoveries we can make about ourselves. Thank you for listening, and join me again next week for more on similar topics. Bye for now.